Hey, it's Dorleen and welcome to my channel. Today I'm working on a one-page layout, which will eventually be part of a two-page layout. I am basically using scraps from a hiking slash outdoors kit that I made quite a while ago. I'm still kind of going through them, again, using scraps as much as I can. I really wanted to use that orange, I'm going to call it orange, I don't know, maybe a dark coral or something, paper. But you see how I had cut an image out of there with my Cricut? But I am determined to use that because I really wanted orange, because there's a little bit of orange on that polka dot or that dot paper. So I'm going to arrange the photos to cover that cut. And I think that's a really good tip because you don't always need to use a perfect piece of paper. You can use some that have, little marks or cuts in them, and you just hide them, because there's always layers in scrapbooking. Well, maybe not always, but in my case, there's always just layers in scrapbooking. So I mess around a little bit on placement. I knew I wanted those photos, those 3 photos, kind of in a circular motion. I am following a sketch, and the sketch does have one large circle going on top of those pieces that I have right here. And I just felt like that was way too much. So I didn't use the circle, but I still wanted the pictures to be like in a circular motion. So I had originally had it on that kind of tan paper, and then I decided to slip in this yellow piece, which is also in that kit that I created, and I really loved how it made all the colors really pop. So I am going to use that yellow piece. Unfortunately, I only have one page of that yellow, but that's okay. When I do that second side that I talked about later, I still use a yellow piece of paper, but it doesn't coordinate exactly. Or I shouldn't say it's the exact same paper, but to me it coordinates. So anyhow, I like the placement. I like how everything works. So now I'm going to pull everything off, and I'm going to put some adhesive on it. And as usual, I don't usually show you that. That is kind of like glue drying, right? You don't necessarily need to see the obvious. I'm just putting the photos again down where I thought that I wanted them. I do have that little wooden sticker. It is that we purchased from the Grand Canyon. I made the mistake of peeling off the backing and putting it down. That was some really strong adhesive. So there's one portion or one part that you'll see that I thought I wanted to add some things underneath it. Yeah, I could not take that off the page, or I could not take it off the page without ripping everything up, and I didn't want it to do it that bad. And I should have gotten my hint right there when I tried to pull it up to make it more straight, and it really did take me a minute, but apparently I was confident in my placement, so it's fine, and it all worked out fine. Again, I'm following a sketch. And within that sketch, there were some circles. I kind of bypassed the circle. I talked about the larger one, but I kind of bypassed the other circles throughout the page. So instead of a circle, I used that wood slice that I'm playing with right now. But I think that's really pretty. I like that dark brown. And you'll see me in a little bit playing with a brown scrap, again, part of that kit, and determined to use that. And I do use it, and I think it turned out really cute. So I do 2 videos a week. One is always on scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and also my blog. My blog address will be down in the information box. And usually when I do a video, I also do a blog post, and the blog post will have more details on like the measurements of what I'm cutting, if I'm using a particular product that I actually remember where I got it from, because a lot of things I take out of the package and then I just forget. But I'll list those kind of things. So if you have any questions, you can definitely leave me a comment and I'll answer. Or you can always check the blog and see if that information is provided for you there. I also have like close-ups of the layouts as well, because I know it can go pretty quickly when we're doing the video. But I do hope you decide to hit that subscribe button if you're not already. It just encourages me, I guess, to do a little bit more. So you can see here that I am playing with that brown cardstock like I mentioned. I decided to tear it. I really like the torn paper look. It kind of gives like a rugged look, and with that white core for that brown cardstock, it just really shows up even that much better. So here where you see what I'm really thinking I'm going to peel that up, and as I'm peeling it, it's pretty much starting to tear the paper. So that's why I decided, okay, I don't need to peel that much of it. But I did peel enough to where I was able to tuck that in a little bit. And that's all that was important to me. I just wanted to tuck it in a little bit. Now this page is pretty simple. I don't even put that much journaling because we're at the Grand Canyon. This may be the fourth or fifth layout that I've done with it. And yes, the Grand Canyon is gorgeous. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Definitely something, if you get a chance, you need to see at least once in your lifetime. But what do I talk about it except for the fact that it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, the scenery is amazing. And I think I had put that on every single one of my layouts of the Grand Canyon. So I really was just kind of focusing on the pictures, a little bit of embellishment because that's always the fun part, right? But that's my scrapbooking style. I really try to concentrate on the pictures and then, of course, use the embellishments that I'm buying. And when I created this kit, I put together just kind of nature colors, just cuts from my Cricut or that I had been gifted, stickers, whatever I could find that followed that theme. And it's kind of nice to go through or to create your own kit when you're working on, especially like a big trip like this, because it kind of avoids the time and the stress, I guess, of, okay, I'm working on this layout now. I got to go look through my stash and find all these things. So even though I probably have other things that I didn't include in this kit, I still kind of stuck to the kit because it gave me a chance to be a little bit more creative, like, tearing the papers, using those small scraps, cutting down the journaling card, which I did up above with that, I'm putting my hands in air quotes, that postcard, using those for journaling. I believe those are old, close to my heart journaling tags. And when I say old, I mean like it's got to be at least, 8 to 10 years old. I don't have a lot of enamel dots in this kit, but I have a little, it's like an old cosmetic bag that I just kind of put all those in. And when I saw these arrows, at first I wasn't going to use them because I didn't think the colors were quite there. But then I really thought the arrows kind of emulated like this outdoorsy, like arrowhead look. And so some of them were like this goldish yellow color. And then there's like a coral and even a navy blue. And even though those colors aren't really in the papers that I used, I felt like they still coordinated very well because it still had that kind of that tone, that outdoorsy kind of tone. I hope you agree. It's always fun to use products that you already have. And like I said, sure, it's fun. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love shopping for scrapbooking and crafting supplies. But I tell myself every time, you got to use what you have. And so I really do try to do that. And with that being said, I just went to the scrapbooking store a couple days ago and bought stuff for that I really had no need for. But so, we tell ourselves one thing and then we do another. But that's okay because I do eventually use them. So a little bit of journaling, like I mentioned on the top. I'm going to do a little bit of splattering. This is a product from Fun Stamper's Journey, which no longer exists. It's now Spellbinders, and I think they still have some. It's Color Silk, but you can definitely do something like that with some watered down paint, some sprays, just really anything that is a little bit more fluid, liquid fluid, and just sprinkle those on your layouts or your products or projects. Sorry. But anyhow, I do hope you like this. Like I said, it's a very simple layout, really focusing on the photos and really kind of enhancing that nature scene. Very simple. I hope you like it. And if you do, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and enjoy these next photos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.